What is good, YouTube? Today is my 3-year self-improvement journey. This is my video for that. I just want to talk about what I've done in the past year, just kind of like a recap. So I don't really post that much anymore, to be honest, and I'm perfectly fine with that as of right now. I don't really, it doesn't really give me that much fulfillment, or it's not really that fun to post. So I just want to do this just because it's like a little bit more important than just like some random post. So I'm not going to talk about what I did in the first 2 years. If you want to watch that, go look at my channel, and I do have a video from 1 year ago, what I did in the first 2 years. But what I want to do in this video, so basically last December, I was preparing to do 1,000,000 push-ups in 2025, and let's just say that did not happen. But in January, I started doing that, and I started doing the push-ups. I was streaming, also playing Geometry Dash a little bit, and I was doing pretty good with the push-ups, but I could feel pain, and I did not want to get tendonitis, but little did I know that I basically already had it, and I've had it since, and I still have it to this day, where if I did like 50 push-ups right now, or not even, if I did like 20 push-ups in one set, tomorrow morning I would feel my my outer chest, it would just feel like really inflamed or just really sore on both sides. And yeah, I'm trying to heal that. I'm doing like 5 push-ups a day, just doing bare minimum basically, and stuff like that, and just stabilizing, like doing L-sits, handstands, stabilizing the tendons. But anyways, January, February, and March, well, actually just January and February, those were like the push-up months. I got to 38,000. That was probably in March when I got to 38,000, and that's where I stayed at, and I stopped counting, and I stopped trying to do that because I was injured, and I still am. So yeah, I quit that, and it kind of made me depressed a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of March. It was what I like to call my depression arc. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, that month kind of sucked. And then April, for April and May, I don't really know what happened. To be honest, I was slowly getting back into writing my books. So basically, I'll talk a little bit about my 4th book. I started my 4th book on September 4th, 2024, and I did just, writing consistently every day in September of 2024 and October of 2024. And then November, I went on a challenge where my goal is to write 150,000 words in 1 month, and I did it. NaNoWriMo 2024, or I like to call it Nano War, wrote 150,100 words, and on the 17th of that November, I wrote 20,000 words in 1 day. And that was crazy that I even did that, to be honest, but I did it. And after that, though, I kind of burnt out with my book, and December of 2024 was just supposed to be like, just chill, don't even worry about writing, I'll start back up in January. But I didn't really start because of the push-ups. And so from December, January, February, and even March, I didn't really write like at all. I wrote maybe 10,000 words, and that's about it. Or 20,000 versus 150,000 in 1 month, 20,000 in 4, so a big difference. So April and May, I started slowly getting back into writing, and in late May, it was day 900 of my self-improvement journey, and I wanted to go on like a 100-day summer arc where I biked 2,025 miles, 2025, and then finished my 4th book on September 4th, which was day 1,000, which would have also been 1 year of starting my 4th book. I lasted about 10 days before I quit the biking, and I mean, I didn't quit biking in general, but I just quit the challenge and trying to finish my book. During June of 2025, I severely burnt out with my book. I was just so angry, like, just writing was, it's just, mentally, it just sucked. It absolutely sucked. I still slowly, very slowly continue to just progress in it and stuff, but I was mainly playing Geometry Dash in June. Just like kind of, I go in and out of phases with like different like other things outside of like writing. Mainly writing, in my opinion, is my main purpose in life, and then I have other like just hobbies and stuff that I do, Geometry Dash being one of them. Ruby, come on. Okay, I'm just gonna put my dog inside because there's a bunch of snow on the ground and her paw is gonna get all like snow in there. So I'm just putting her inside so it like melts a little bit, so she's not so cold. Anyways, yeah, so June I was mainly playing Geometry Dash. That's nothing wrong with that, but I did feel guilty because like I had the book still, like, and I wanted to finish it. I wanted to finish it on September 4th. The day 1,000 my self-improvement journey, and the 1 year mark of starting that book. And then July 4th, I did a 50-mile bike ride, and I also got to 25,000 stars in Geometry Dash. That 50-mile bike ride was pretty cool. I started at like 5:30, and it took me 3 hours and 7 minutes. So that's pretty cool. And then the rest of July was just, I don't know, just kind of slowly getting back into writing. Just kind of, during NaNoWriMo of 2024, I did this thing called Pomodoro technique. And it's basically where you're working for 25 minutes. For me, it's writing. So writing for 25 minutes and then 5 minutes of taking a break. And so I did this, and it actually helped me get back into writing in July and actually be consistent. I did, like at the end of July, I did 2 days in a row where I did 2,500 words each of those days, which was like the most words I've written in a day for months on end since like November, basically. So from like November to July, like 6 months, or that's over 6 months. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, then probably this is where everything just kind of like flipped and life just started getting so much better. Like, I don't know, everything just feels like it fell into place in a way. And that's August 2nd to be specific, because that was when Hell Week started. Okay, so Hell Week in like more mainstream term might be like a Navy SEAL thing or whatever, but for me, Hell Week 2025 in August was writing 70,000 words in 7 days. Okay, 10,000 words each day. And I actually did it in freaking 1 week, 70,000 words. Even though like just 2 weeks before that, I was burnt out and just like annoyed at writing. I somehow did it. The first day I wrote 10,000 words. The second day I wrote another 10,000. The third day I only wrote 5,000. The fourth day I wrote 10,000. Fifth, 10,000. And then on the 6th, I got a new best of word count in 1 day of 21,100 words. Absolutely insane. And then the last day I finished it off with a nice 3,900 words, finishing on a clean slate of 70,000 words. No more, no less. It was amazing. It was literally the hardest thing I've ever done. I was living, breathing, just everything writing. That was all my mind was. Like, I went to bed at 8 p.m., woke up at 11:50, only like less than 4 hours later, wrote for 8 hours, went to bed for 4 more hours. So I wrote like for 8 to 9 hours, wrote 10,000 words in just like a big chunk, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. I would drink Starbucks, I would eat Swiss rolls, and literally I would listen to K-pop, and that's all I would do for 7 days straight. It was honestly insane. It was insane. Just like I was dreaming about my book, okay? I was so dedicated, bro. But yeah, then after that, the rest of August was pretty chill. I started cross country, and yeah, and then September came around, and September 4th, I did not finish my 4th book on September 4th, on the 1-year anniversary of starting it, or on day 1000, my self-improvement journey. And honestly, day 1000, my self-improvement journey, it didn't really feel that special. It just felt like another day. It was the second day of my senior year. And yeah, it just felt like a normal, random day. Didn't really feel that special. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's just because, like, the daily count, these videos, they just don't feel that fulfilling anymore. And that's just the complete and utter truth, to be honest. So, maybe one day, you know, I'll, like, come back and actually, like, consistently post. But as of right now, I just don't really have the desire to, when I have my books, when I have other things that I'm doing. And I've changed a lot off camera, so that, like, I'm not even, like, this, I'm nowhere near the same person as a year ago or just a couple months ago when I was a little bit more consistent. Though I haven't really been consistent, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't really know the last time I actually was consistent with the daily videos, like, at all, to be honest. It's kind of odd because I was so used to doing the daily videos back then, but it just kind of naturally stopped in a way, you know. And it never, like, I've tried to start it back up a couple of times. It's just, I don't know. I mean, after, yeah, like, I might be motivated sometimes to do it, but, you know, I did the calisthenics, like, almost, like, basically a month ago, or over a month ago, where I wanted to do a calisthenics journey, like, day 1, day 2, but I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do calisthenics off camera, because I don't really want to do it on camera. So anyways, that's enough yapping. September 2025, it was a good month. I was socializing a lot more. That was one of my goals for my senior year, is to socialize more. And I definitely was doing that with my cross country team and just with my classmates in general. And I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And then on October 2nd, I finally finished my 4th book, and it was absolutely insane. I finished it on the bus ride to a cross-country meet, and it felt so weird because my first 3 books I finished just alone in my room or just at my house, whatever. And, you know, like, I typed the last word and it was like, whoa. But for my 4th book, it was just like I was typing and it was just like, I guess I'm done. It just felt like very anticlimactic. But I was glad to be around my team and stuff. And for my 4th book, I'm dedicating it to my cross country team for sure. So yeah. I also ran my first and only sub 25 5K during this cross country season, and that was my goal for like over a year, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that. The rest of October, so then October, November, and December, these months have been so amazing. I've been grinding Geometry Dash mainly, and just consuming a lot. The main goal, the main purpose of these months was to just completely abstain from all writing, all editing, just everything with my own books. And at first it was kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really wanted to get to editing, and I was like thinking I should just start on November 1st, like NaNoWriMo 2025. But I didn't. I disciplined myself not to start editing, and I thought I was never gonna be motivated to write again, but here I am. And basically, I've been just consuming a bunch of different things like anime. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is one of them. Chainsaw Man was another one. JJK. Then outside of anime, there's also been Ish's 1,000 player Minecraft Civilization. There's The Life We Bury, that's a book. Unstable Universe / SMP, that's a Minecraft roleplay server with Wembu, Flame Frags, Parrot, X2, and what's the last guy's name? No. Spoke. And there's like so many other things as well. Into the Woods is a play that my school did. I know there's more, but I don't remember what else. But yeah, there's just been so many different like things that I've been consuming that have given me like inspiration for my own books, and it's very exciting because I'm now very excited to start editing on January 1st, 2026. Like I'm truly super excited. And with like everything else like Geometry Dash or Minecraft, and I just got a new laptop less than a week ago. My first ever laptop. It's a gaming laptop, and it's very fun playing like Geometry Dash and stuff. Like I'm getting a lot better at the game. But even though I'm getting better, it's still not like fulfilling like writing is. It's fun, but it's not like writing. Writing is my purpose, and I think it always will be from now on. And I'm grateful for that because I really love writing. And sometimes it sucks because Geometry Dash back in like 2022 was my main motivation. It was my purpose in 2022, but then that kind of went away. And sometimes I wish I could get that back, but it's just not gonna happen, if I'm gonna be honest. Like I've tried to get it back like many times, tried to like lock in and grind, but Geometry Dash and any video game for me is just for fun. I'm not gonna go on some crazy arc where I'm never playing video games again or whatever. Like that's just not gonna happen. I'm not like that anymore. I'm trying to achieve more balance in my life, and I definitely have been with these past 2.5 months since I finished my 4th book. And moving into 2026, I plan on keeping it that way for the most part. There's still be, crazy challenges that I'll do. There's actually a challenge I'm going to be doing this weekend for the 3 years of self-improvement because I'll get to that in a second. But there will still be crazy challenges and stuff later down the road. I'm not going to never be extreme again, but because I definitely do like doing extreme challenges every now and again, but it's not when it's not sustainable on a day-to-day basis, then it's that's on that day-to-day basis is what I want. I want that day-to-day basis balance and sustainability. So yeah, but for this weekend, for 3 years of self-improvement, I plan on doing 3,000 squats. So for my first year of self-improvement, my anniversary, I did 3,650 push-ups, and on that same day I also did 10,000 words in my, it would have been my 2nd book. Wait, no. It would have been my 3rd book. Wait. Yeah, it was my 3rd book, holy crap. Yeah, so I did 3,650 for 365 push-ups in one day. I failed 2 times, actually. 2 weekends, so I did it for 3 weekends in a row in December 2023, and then December 2024 for 2 years of self-improvement. I did 2,000 pull-ups, and that was so hard. The last 100 pull-ups were harder than the first 1,900. I'm not even joking when I say that. My arms were I could hardly do one pull-up. It was so bad, but I did it. And now for 3 years, 3,000 squats. It's going to be great. I probably will make a video. It'll either be, I don't know what day I'll do the 3,000 squats on, either Friday or Saturday. My guess it'll probably be Saturday. So, yeah, the video probably won't be out on Saturday just because, I'm going to have to edit it and stuff. But make sure you stay tuned for that because I do plan I do intend on making a video for that, and then I have no clue when the next video will be. Maybe, for all I know, I might start consistently uploading in 2026, but for like writing my books and stuff. So I really don't know. We will just have to wait and see. So yeah, that is mostly it for my 3 years of self-improvement journey kind of video here. It's been a crazy 3 years. It's been like I've grown so much. I'm honestly very proud of myself from where I've come from my 14-year-old self. A lot has changed. So, yeah, anyways, that is it for today, December 9th, 2025. I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to follow your dreams. Goodbye.